Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode. Today we have a very, very special guest with us. Uh, Khurram is here from Karachi, Pakistan,
I was
right?
born in Karachi,
That's where
Pakistan.
you were born. Then he moved to Dubai, then Silicon Valley, which is like my favorite place on the planet, and now he's in Orange County with his wife and their 3 children. He is a serial entrepreneur, family man, electrical engineer, and he recently created the JARVIS for home security. So for those of you who have been watching Iron Man, like secretly crossing your fingers, wondering when Jarvis is going to come to life, you can talk to this guy because he's building it for you. So thank you for coming on the show. I'm glad that one of your friends connected us through the fund launch community, and here you are. So tell us a little bit about yourself, aside from my quick recap.
Yeah, so myself, I was born in Karachi. I had my graduation from a university called NED in Karachi, and then my first thing, I went out of Pakistan. I was in Dubai, but I lived quite few places, just not Dubai. Before I moved to, I was in Sudan, Nigeria, Mexico, Turkey, and when I came to US, I was in Mexico. In fact, so I took a flight from Mexico City to landed in New York, and
No
started.
way. Oh my
Yeah,
God, so you've lived everywhere.
yeah,
How
I
many
lived
languages do you
everywhere.
speak?
Sorry.
How many languages do you speak? Turkish, English?
Nah, Turkish no, but do speak Arabic, English, and Urdu. Urdu and English mainly, and Arabic quite a bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay, so you can communicate with what, like 30% of the planet? No, more than that.
yeah. I picked up Spanish as well, but
You can communicate with everyone on the planet.
yeah, but my
Between
Spanish,
Spanish, Arabic, English, you've got it. Like that's it. And
but
Urdu, like you've got it,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I lost a lot of my Spanish in the last 10 years because that's 10 years ago, 11 years ago. So, but yes, I can still go around, and nobody will notice. So when I was living in Mexico, I used to tell people to be safe. I will say, one of my friends told me, just say people you are from Oaxaca, and they will be afraid of you. In the street, I will go around. I'll say, so no, I'm from Oaxaca. It's like I'll just remember that sentence, how to say it, and the
Yeah.
people will not talk to me after that if I don't want to be talked to.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's hysterical. Yeah, sometimes if I want to be left alone in the US, I'm like I am from Russia. Go away.
Okay. Yeah.
But
So
anyway,
yeah, I came to US in around 2010, and then I worked, and then I started my first company, Module Solutions, which is consulting and software development. And there where I learned a lot about softwares, and I said, why not start our own? Then I had to start off for VR, AR, which pretty much didn't go launched off, and then I started this company, which is IRVINEi.
oh, okay. So this is your third company, and one was like a training ground that you pivoted into IRVINEi.
It was basically in an AR and VR space, and that was 2017-18, and we realized the market is very small. The human nature is not connected with the AR VR, and that's what we realized in 2010, and say the market will remain small unless the people are ready to put for hours, like the gamers. They play the games for hours. If they are ready to put the headset for hours on their head and play those things and live in that reality, then we have. But our data showed like people are not doing that anytime soon because there are a lot of health issues, perception issues with that, which is not coming soon. And then we saw Meta from Facebook coming at, they changed their name Meta, and we were surprised to say, okay, they know something which we could not figure out. And no, Meta went anywhere. That's the same problems which we discovered in 2018 with our data. That's suggesting.
Yeah, I think if AR and VR were going to take off, it would have been during COVID. And the closest we could get people to is Zoom. And there was like resistance after that. Like we're pack animals at the core, and we need that human interaction. There's only so far we can go with the game world before we're like, enough, we need the human interaction. The biofeedback of just sitting in the same room as someone.
Yeah, biofeedback, nauseation, hallucination. Our brain, evolutionary, we had not put anything on our eyes. Even the goggles which are coming up, that's the problem with the goggles. People, it's too confusing. What we see sometimes is too confusing, and you put something on top of it in case of augmented reality glasses, it becomes more complicated for our brains to handle.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Makes sense. Maybe in a few hundred years they'll have giant brains and they'll be able to do the VR AR thing. The next type of human.
Yeah, some brain section which will grow up after that, which can handle that part. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be created by Elon Musk, put into his children's brains, and then we will have that next type of human with a different compartment in their brain. Sorry, enough with the sci-fi. Okay, I could dive way too deep down the sci-fi rabbit hole, but that is not what we are here for. Let's talk about your actual company, your actual Jarvis. So you named it IRVINEi because you love the city of Irvine, where you are now.
Where I live now, yes, from last 7, 8 years. Yeah.
And what did you do before starting IRVINEi that you feel like equipped you for what you're doing now? Like what were the unique experiences that you had that gave you the light bulb to say, okay, IRVINEi will be successful because I learned all these lessons beforehand?
So basically, we were developing, and for Mojo Solutions, we were developing softwares for the customers, like customized software development. In the Mojo Solutions, there we had a department and in four years period, we developed like 750 plus softwares for different companies.
Oh my God.
That made us understand the business models of other companies. So by the end of it, like a lot of companies will come to us and will say, oh, no, this is not done like this. This is done like this because you will face this problem. And say, how do you know that? Because we have so many customers that we were creating the systems for them and they were running into these problems and we're solving them. So we already know that, for example, parking system meters work, how the parking app works, how to find the parking, how the Google mapping apps works. So then I had the idea. Then I knew like we can develop our own system with my team of the softwares engineers from the company, and I said, okay, let's do that. And then we have an AR/VR in the middle of it because I wanted to. I thought like it can be a great idea, but we spent like a 7-8 good year on it, and then we got some consultancy from us. We found some great minds in the AR/VR in Silicon Valley, and everybody had the one thing like, okay, this looks great. You have made the glove. You want to go to apply it to a different field, but you want to develop the software, and you want to. But the problem is the money you're going to spend and the market for it. And the basic question was the people don't use. Initially, when they buy the devices, they use it for 30, 40, 50 minutes because beyond that, you cannot keep that thing on your head.
Yeah.
And after 3-4 months, you stop using that even because you don't like the experience.
Yeah.
And the data is so clear about it that we could not deny it. That time, Meta was not there. That Metaverse, Meta headset was not there. Oculus was. So HTC was the most famous one. So we use all the data and we found like, okay, the market of this thing will not grow because the number of hours people attached with it is very small and it goes smaller and smaller with the utilization. It's not a gaming industry. It's not the next gaming industry. So we figured out data around a year. We decided, okay, just shut this off because there is no scalability, market demand, and we moved on to the next venture. And that was 19. I just relaxed, and then the COVID started. And one day I was walking down the road. I was like, once you start staying home too much with money, with your like 3 years old son, and my son, what happened, he was 3 years old, and he just ran out of the home. And my ring on my door, it gave me a motion. I didn't care because it keep giving me the motion anybody passes. And he ran out of the door. And after 5 to 6 minutes, my wife said, where's Maddie? I said, where is he? And then I checked the camera. It was like 8-9 minutes old video where I saw the camera is running out of the door. And then I said, and then we started frantically. We found him by the pool, what she loves. Okay. And we grabbed him, we brought him back. And they said, why the hell this camera didn't tell me like my son ran out? Yeah. And that thing stick to my brain for another 6 months. And it said, why is it not possible? And then one night he gave me a headache and it was like 2 in the middle of the night. I was walking down the hill. I used to live in a place and it was a hilly place. So I was walking with his stroller down the hill, and there are all the multi-million-dollar homes and I'm walking to my home, and I see that all the homes are cookie cutter. I said they're like so black. So there should be there can be a door on the doorbell, and then that doorbell can have a screen, and it can
Yeah.
actually express what they want to say. I'm a blue. I like hiking. I was on the waterfall or something like different, or for like $2 million home, $1.5 million home, like something to tell about the people. It looks so
Yeah.
well, right? So because and then I said, okay, we can have a touch screen doorbell, and then it added to like why I cannot tell my lights or something to just turn on, turn off, and especially my window blinds are really difficult in that home to pull up
Yeah.
every morning and close it. I said, why the hell I keep breaking them? I said, why can't you automate the blinds and have all the system?
Yeah.
So, and then I said, okay, we'll have one system which will have all these things, and we'll able to control it with voice, and that's the journey we started.
We have a Belgian Malinois. It's the very smart protection dogs. And I joke that she's the third parent because like, if the kids try to go outside without one of us, she comes and gets us and tells on them. So yeah, and one time my daughter had a sleep. She's only ever had a sleepover once. She's the same age as your son, but she only ever had a sleepover once. It was a few years ago, and her and the other girl decided they were going to run away to her grandmother's. But people drive through this neighborhood like crazy. We're in Miami. Everyone's like auditioning for the F-150 races. Like they just drive out of control here. So they get out the door. Nikita, yes, very Russian name. She comes running upstairs, like dragging me out of bed. And it was like, it is like 5 a.m. She never wakes me up at 5 a.m. Like something must really be wrong. So I go downstairs. She's like pouncing and jumping around the front door, like, you have to open the door. So I open the door, and the two girls are sitting out there plotting how they're going to change out of their pajamas in public, like in front of the house. They're changing out of their pajamas in their swimsuits to run to her grandmother's. And I was like, okay, one, change in the privacy of your bedroom before you run away. And two, like, and all of the houses across the street they all have sons. Okay. So she's changing like in front of all these houses where like young boys could be sitting through their window. It was like, oh my God. Yeah. But if we didn't have the dog, forget it. They would have, oh, I could not imagine. I could not imagine. Yeah. And yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So you created the home security system for parents. Like we could call it the third parent.
Yeah. The idea is to have, so you have a baby monitor, you have a dog monitor, you have if you have an old parent, you have an old parent monitor. Our system is designed alike for, it takes care of all these problems in one because it's totally customizable.
Yeah.
It is applicable for the industry in many ways because of that as well, because it does all the computation on it, and it provides you, if you, for example, a lady came to me in a startup show and she said, oh, your system is great, and my son has epilepsy, he's 25, we keep monitoring on his camera in his room, and we are afraid that if he gets epilepsy attack, we have to give him the medicine within 10-15 minutes or 5 minutes, otherwise he can damage his organ.
Yeah, my sister has epilepsy.
Yes. So she said, can you develop algorithm for that? And my team, yes, we can develop algorithm for epilepsy. Yes, we have already developed before. So you don't have to monitor it. With 90-95% accuracy, you'll be notified whenever your son has epilepsy, somebody has a heart attack. So there's a biggest community. Like we have a data of 800,000 kids run out of their home, like small kids. People dying, 500,000.
You and I both had it happen to us.
Yes.
We know.
We know. Yeah. So 500,000 people with a heart attack or more. People falling down, like the old people fall down in their homes and they're not able to call the service. So that number is like 1.1 million. So there's a big impact in the society where we can take care of all this using AI and using it at a cost. So I get always go, oh, Ring and Google Nest, they can do it. No, they cannot do it. If they have to do it, they will do it at a cost. They're asking you $20 a month. They will push it up to $100 and $150 a month because they have not evolved their system to provide the AI needs for it, which is computational cost, connectivity, complexity. So which drives up their cost. We have solved those problems with the system which we have developed and we are selling.
Do you plan on building out this technology and exiting to one of those companies that you just mentioned?
Oh God, I hear this question a lot. To be honest, from inside somewhere, I hate the question because I want to grow, right?
Yeah.
I want to grow the business to where it creates the impact to the people's life. Exit, no exit is a byproduct. It's not the goal. So,
Okay. Do you have younger siblings?
no, I'm the youngest. We just saw two siblings. I'm the older sister. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Because that's a like very it's like very typical of older siblings. Well, I guess fathers as well, to think about, okay, no, I want to create something to improve society, period. Like I have not thought of my exit strategy. I'm just thinking of how to improve society first.
Yeah. Well, one of the things was my dad. My dad passed away last May, but he was he used to walk on the walker, and he fell down at home. And when we came back from anywhere, we came back, he's lying on the ground or sitting on the ground that I fell down, I cannot get back to the couch. So we never used to get any notification. So that's why we developed this thing as well, like fall down alert, right?
Oh,
So your
wow.
parents, anybody fall down, you'll get an alert and you'll know, and you can get them the help at the right time. So, and we have
my grandfather passed. He fell walking to the bathroom in the middle of the night, broke his hip when he fell. He was stuck on the floor yelling. No one could hear him because he insisted on living in a house by himself, like a standalone house. So his neighbors were like a few hundred feet away. No one heard him yelling. He ended up having a heart attack because he was just laying on the floor in pain, couldn't get to his phone, anything. Finally, in the morning, we had a service that would bring him his food for the day, like his meal prep service every morning to check on him. So we were like, oh, it's a luxury. But it was really like a glorified babysitter going in to check on him to make sure he was okay. And he went into the hospital to get everything fixed, and he never came out. That was it. That was
So that's pretty much the story of my dad. He broke his hip, fell down 2022 June, and he never walked again after that. And he passed in 2 years.
Yeah, and response time can have such a crucial impact on the human body and it being able to repair if it's brought back to equilibrium quickly.
Yep.
Oh my God. Wow. That's your pitch deck right there for investors. I built technology so no one else would lose a loved one. This is what happened. Boom, mic drop. And then my child ran away, and I built more technology, so no parent has to experience what like half the kids in America do. Wow, that's wild. Okay, so you literally just said, here's a hole in society, here's the code to fix it, here's another hole in society, here's the code to fix it. Now, how do people that are listening to this that are like, I don't want that to happen to me, I want to pay for peace of mind, one of my children has epilepsy, I have an older loved one, I have children I'm worried about running away, how do they get started with you?
So they can order us. We will start shipping in March. We are testing our system. So they can pre-order from our website, or they can wait for the March when the devices come out.
Okay, and then if they pre-order, are you doing some sort of beta deal where if they pre-order, they get 10% off or 20% off?
Yeah, if they pre-order right now, they get about 25% off. Yes.
Okay, and then how long do they have until the 25% off window closes?
So basically, they get 6 months subscription, free subscription as well. Because,
Okay.
Yeah. So,
and what's the value of that?
So it's like $120 value, and 6 months a $20 subscription.
Okay. Oh, okay. So your subscription's only $20 a month.
Yeah, because all this technology built into it, which cannot be competed because Ring and Amazon, Amazon Ring and Google Nest and all those cost like $20 already.
Yeah, but you're giving them peace of mind for the cost of Netflix subscription. I don't see anyone saying no to that.
Yeah, that's what we want to change. We want to make the technology accessible for everyone. That is our goal, and that was the goal of the technology when we started the company. Yes.
Got it. And then if people want to be on the investment side of things, are you open to investors? Are you raising a round? Are you about to close a round?
Yeah, we have started around 2 million. This is our first round. So I spent like 800K of my own money on this so far. So, and
Wow.
after
Wow.
that, we raised about 300K, and we are still raising for another 1.7 to close this round of 2 million.
And then, how many employees do you have right now?
So this is divided between onshore and offshore. We have like 5 people onshore with CTO, business development, director, GTM, go to market, Stanley, who connected us, right? And we have like about 26, 27 people offshore between India and Pakistan who are working to develop this technology.
And that's where your Urdu comes in.
That's where, sorry?
Your Urdu comes in?
Urdu comes in, yeah. I can speak with both the teams in the same language. That's also a great, great advantage, yeah.
I had a friend from India when I was living in Italy, and I was like, teach me Urdu. And he's like, why don't you want to learn Hindi? And I was like, because I want to speak with everyone I would ever outsource to. And he was like,
yeah.
Oh,
it's the same language. When we speak, we understand each other like without any problem. I think there was some point, there was a language Urdu, and it was started to written in the different alphabets of Sanskrit. So it's the same language, which is at a certain point, the Urdu started to be written in Sanskrit, and it was called Hindi. So when we speak, it's we don't have any difference in problem understanding each other. But we can probably they cannot read Urdu because this generation don't know, and we cannot read the written language. But spoken is same for us.
So it's like Spanish and Italian, like they're similar.
Oh, well, it's not so similar as Urdu and Hindi. No, they're literally pretty much. When you hear it, you can't find the difference.
Oh, okay.
So it's few words are here and there different. Yeah.
I try to, when I moved from Italy to Spain, I would try speaking Italian with people. And there were like only a few times where I was caught. Like, apparently the word for dog in Italian is the word for steak in Spanish. So
Okay.
yeah, I excused myself to go walk my steak one night. I was like, I have to go walk my dog. And they all looked at me like, what? And then someone was like, you're going to go walk your steak? Like, are you okay? And I was like, no, my dog. How do you say dog in Spanish? And they were like, oh, no, this is the word for dog. And then there was another time, I met a woman who said she wanted to learn English, and I was trying to learn Spanish. And I was like, oh, let's do a language exchange. Well, the word for language exchange in Italian is the same word for tongue in Spanish. So I thought I was inviting her to do a language exchange, and she thought I was inviting her to make out. And it was a very awkward experience. And I like couldn't understand why she like looked at me horrified and walked away. And then I asked one of my friends later who spoke all 3 languages. I was like, what did I say wrong? And she was like, Adi, you asked her to make out. And I was like, no, I didn't. Obviously, I was saying language exchange. And she was like, no. So it was, I had a few embarrassing moments, but like mostly if you tell people, now I tell people like, oh, I speak Italian and I try to mix it with Spanish, then they're a little bit more like gracious when I make a mistake. But yeah, anyways, so, okay, what tools and tactics do you use to manage your time and your teams effectively? Because you're in the Pacific Standard Time Zone. What's the time difference between you and your teams?
So my CTO is here in US, but he's on East Coast. My business development is here in Irvine, right? My software team is mainly managed by the head of engineering, right? The engineering manager and the head of product management. So I interact with these 2 people. A lot of guys are hired by me from the beginning. They're working for like 3 years, but a lot of guys are hired by them. So there are 3 people who are responsible between India and Pakistan for managing the team. So I have mostly interaction with them. I do go to in the software world, they're called stand up and stand down meeting. So I'm pretty much in there in every stand down meeting, but my job is not to speak, but to listen. That's how I see. So every morning at 7 in the morning, I'm on that call usually.
Oh, wow.
So I summon them on that call in the morning to listen to what they're talking about, and if I have to speak to the team, which is rare, once in a month I speak to the team.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Got it. Very interesting.
Yeah.
It's you see a lot of it.
My marketing and business management team works in my time zone, so they work like when I start the work, they start the work. When I end the work, so they are like another 7-8 people, and we are building a sales team as well. So for our channel partnership, so right now one of the challenges for a hardware company. So if you give me 2 seconds, I'll give you the problem with the Silicon Valley. Right, our lives can be a lot better if the mindset in the Silicon Valley we are able to change, because the Silicon Valley is of 2 things. They don't want to invest in consumer technology, period. They think it too risky and too difficult, right?
Okay.
That might be true, right? So this is one problem with the Silicon Valley, the consumer tech. Once you add a hardware to the consumer tech, the number of investors become like 1% in the whole Silicon Valley, because the B2B SaaS with the AI is the hottest dish which is being sold in Silicon Valley, and that is good, which is fine. There are a lot of problems in B2B SaaS, right? But those companies will not scale to be like hundreds of billions of dollars company, because they don't have a potential.
Yeah.
But that besides, the problem is that investors see less risk and less gain they're okay with, which is still quite a bit of gain, right? Multiples of money, like 10 times maybe, if they get it right. But what is happening, I see that AI consumer tech, like $44 billion was invested in last year, 2023, in AI. The consumer tech did not accounted for even 1 billion. And I'm not talking about the hardware-based consumer tech. So there is not enough efforts on the part of the Silicon Valley to bring the AI to the lives of the people. And that is a huge problem.
Let's pause for a second. Most people don't trust Amazon or Google and their security networks. They don't trust them to store their data. So where are you storing their data that offers them better privacy protection and assuages their privacy concerns in ways that Amazon and Google don't?
So in our system, you can save your data locally, right? And you can delete it from the servers. But there's a limitation on the local storage, any storage, even the server storage. So physically, so you can store the data locally, and decide to, after a certain time, to be removed from our server every time. So we remove it from server, and it's locally. The real thing about the technology is, you keep hearing that AI is limited by computation and electricity today. It's not limited by, if you go to the Silicon Valley and talk about the AI problem, everybody from the CEO, Elon Musk, to the AT&T CEO, they talk about one thing. Oh, AI is very expensive because the computation is very expensive. It consumes too much electricity. For example, they spend about $100 million every 3 months, 2 months is the electricity bill of these companies. They run a model for 3 months, and it takes like between 100 to $300 million, because they are running 100,000 GPUs or 2,000 GPUs or 10,000, like big numbers, right? They to run it, they need a lot of electricity, they need a lot of computation. On the top of that, they need a lot of human resource to manage all that. So each large language model, which you hear, GPT 4.0, GPT 3.0, and large language model from other companies, they in 3 months time frame, they take like $300 million, like $100 million every single month they're spending to bring those to life, and total costs between $300 to $500 million, which becomes and here's the funny part, which becomes obsolete in next 6 months. And they have to work again. And they have to work again to bring the next one, because somebody else is working to bring the next one. And the cost, so the cost of the computation is going so fast. And I love this race, because the companies like us, they're watching this race between US and China is one race, and within the Silicon Valley, there's another race going on where Meta, Google, and OpenAI, ChatGPT, and now Elon Musk has joined the race as well. They're spending like $100 to $200 million a month, and taking 3 to 4 months to come out with a new model, which can do a lot greater things, and we can learn from that model, and we can say, okay, we don't have $400 million to burn, but we have a lot of brain power to learn. Yeah.
So you've essentially figured out a way to benefit from the research that they're doing and to build upon it.
Yep, exactly.
I mean, that's where the cream is. I made what was it? I made 400% return on day trading crypto in a like 2-week window, and people were like, "You're not a day trader, you're a marketer. Like, how did you do that?" And I was like, "I'm a remora fish." And they were like, "What's a remora fish?" And I was like, "The remora fish is the fish that swims underneath of the great white's fin, and it eats the great white shark's leftovers." And I am very well fed just following what the big banks are doing. Like, I don't need to compete with them. I'm taking their leftovers, and I'm like, I'm happy. So you've essentially figured out a way to build off of their $300 million investment, making your startup able to be very lean and go so much further with so much less fuel.
Yep. And the other analogy for this is the biggest beneficiary of when the refrigerators were invented by the company called Fridge was not the fridge. It was Coca-Cola.
What?
So, yeah. So the most money who make out of the invention of refrigerator were cold drink companies, the soda companies, and the ice cream companies.
No
and
way.
that is the industry which flourished after the invention of the refrigerator. So what will flourish after this invention of the AI is the companies who can package the technology for users and businesses alike, consumers and businesses alike.
Yeah, I have a software company that what the software company does is it hides all the complexity and literally spits out a marketing strategy, and that's it. And it's now used in 59 countries, and people are like, "What did you do?" And I'm like, I made something really complex, very simple for new marketers. Like, so anyone can train their marketer in like a matter of days or weeks instead of years. That's it. Yeah, so that's what you're doing in the security space. Okay, very cool, very cool. So then, let's see, a last question, because I think like it's very clear if anyone's wanting peace of mind, if anyone's wanting like to be with a strategically minded company to invest in, like this is a clear win.
Mm-hmm.
What is the best way for people to get in touch with you if they want to pre-order, and for investors to get in touch with you if they want to learn more about investing with you?
Yeah, so for pre-order, our website is sale.irvinei.com. That is up already. You can order from there. And for investment, you can reach out to me, Khurram at IRVINEi.com, and we can sit down with the investor deck. Stanley is our GTM, go-to-market, and he helps us with the investment. You have my email and Stanley's email. We can hop on a call and explain our vision and where we stand and where we are going.
Okay, so we can drop all of those links and emails into the show notes and into the transcription, right?
Yes, my email can be dropped on the show notes with this Stanley as well.
Okay. Yeah, you have someone that's filtering if you get like 600 emails, right?
Yeah, I have a team who looks into my emails all the time.
Because the other option would be to do a contact form.
We can do a contact form, yes. Yeah, we can quickly build a contact form and send it to you. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But my emails are like, there are 2 people looking into my emails besides me all the time.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I have like I get 600 emails a day, and I have 6 people that their only job is to say, this one's important, this one you can answer in 2 weeks, this one you have to answer by tomorrow. Like,
yeah, and soon AI will be doing it for you.
Well, that was my question, because I have some friends who are like crazy AI people that they have a bot that filters their emails for them. So when they came on the show, we put their email in, and they're like, my bot will filter everything. You could throw like 2,000 emails at me and it's got it. It was like, okay. But
there are a lot of bots, but I don't know. Yeah, I won't trust the bots.
No?
Yeah.
I could connect you with Brian later. I have to connect you with Basserman. He's the CTO of a company that does smart cities for enterprise. At the enterprise level. I think you guys would have a lot to talk about. But I should also connect you with Brian, because he built the bot that filters emails. But all right. Anyways, these are things we could talk about offline. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I hope that you enjoyed today's episode. If you think of someone who has an amazing company that you think should come on the show, please don't hesitate to reach out. They could fill out the application on the website. And I will see you guys all online next time. Do you have any final notes?
Thank you. Check us on IRVINEi.com. It's IRVINEi.com. And let's change the future together. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.